Guys, welcome back. We are talking about who Boba and Fennec Shand could be gathering for their impending war. Guys, Chris and Rob here of the Jersey Comic Crew, and today we're going to talk about the possibilities. Everyone who could, it's a war plan on every level. We're going to see who the most possible plausible people are for what Boba is planning, and we're going to start off with, obviously, possible bounty hunters. Rob, who you got? Who you got on your list?
Yeah, I think aside from like Black or Stanton, who's like the obvious, I would love to see them get Bosk, even though I know there's some tension there. But like seeing a Trandoshan bounty hunter in this world where like Trandoshan's already there, I think would be fantastic. Cad Bane comes to mind, but I know there's some tension between Cad Bane and Fennec Shand. But like if he's making like this bounty hunter family, essentially like a new bounty hunters guild, but like it's a family and like they all work together instead of like doing stupid stuff, I would love to see him join in, man. I think that'd be really cool.
Cad Bane would be great. He was on my list as well. I think, you know, obviously him and Fennec have some past, but when she mentions at the end to Boba, like, how much money do we still have in the vault? And he's like, money. That to me is pointing towards Cad Bane. He's like the most expensive bounty hunter ever. That would be a guy who originally we thought could be on the opposing side, but what if he's on their side?
That'd be really cool, man.
That would be really cool. And we got to talk about the obvious one, Rob.
Mando.
Yeah. And we heard his music twice in this show. We heard his theme song. We, you know, even saw the other side of Boba saving Fennec from her fight with him. That's obviously the most obvious character, and it might be showing up as soon as the next episode even.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Because if that's a major cameo appearance and they did just start shooting, you know, Mandalorian Season 3, that would make all the sense in the world. But my biggest question / theory is a little more deep than that, Rob, because
what do we got?
If it's Mando, number one, is it prior to Grogu leaving with Luke, or is it after?
I would say post. I say post Grogu leaving.
I agree with you. Now, if it's post, do we get a situation where Boba's like, you know, hey, where's the kid kind of thing? Like, where's Grogu? And he's like, oh, like a Jedi took him to train and like we finished the mission. And what if he's like, you know, this Jedi named Luke picked him up, and Boba's like, who?
Oh.
Because if you recall,
that's true.
Luke was fighting Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi when he got thrown into the Sarlacc pit. So there might be some kind of like PTSD traumatic tension between Boba and this Luke Skywalker that's still roaming the galaxy. So that would be a great scene to have. And also, is Bo-Katan with them?
I would hope Bo-Katan is with them. I don't think that Mando's gonna mention that it's Luke, just because like the nature of like these bounty hunters, especially Mando and Boba, they don't really give out all the information. He would have just said he's with a Jedi getting training. Okay, cool. I think Mando could come in with Bo-Katan and even Cara Dune coming in and all helping.
You think Cara Dune's gonna be there?
Like, why not? Why not? If he's getting as many people as he can, Boba Fett's like, I'm bringing my 2 bad girls with me. I'm gonna go mess some stuff up.
A recasted Cara Dune, you think is gonna be there?
I'm hearing rumors that she might be back in. Like Gina might be back in the Star Wars. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know. I think if anything, it would be him and Bo-Katan, because basically because Bo-Katan's not gonna let that Darksaber out of her sight, right? Like,
true. I get that.
That's the main thing. And if he does show up in episode 5, to me, this is obviously Boba Fett's show, but as we saw in Mandalorian, this could be kind of a tease of where we're going in Mandalorian Season 3 as well. Star Wars loves to do that backdoor stuff, leave the door open for other shows to connect. And that could be a big hint of what's going to happen next, whether we get this Mandalorian war on Mandalore or the fight for the Darksaber or what is possibly next. But obviously focusing on this, I think a couple stretches could be another character like Baylor Valance, who's a great bounty hunter character.
Deep cut. Tell people who that is, if they're not familiar.
So Baylor Valance was an ex-Imperial pilot. He got damaged in war during the Empire. He's basically like a Terminator. He's mostly made of machine parts. He's got a metal skull underneath, and he's a guy who's basically trying to hold on as much to his humanity as possible. He knew Han Solo. He had run-ins with Lando and Boba Fett, so he knows all these guys. And in the comics, he's had run-ins with them. And he becomes a bounty hunter, and he's got like projectiles in his hands. Very cool. Basically like a Cybertronic Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he's a badass bounty hunter. Would he be someone we see on a show like this? That would kind of make it more dark, like towards the Black Chrysanthemum side.
I would really like that. I think another obvious choice would be like just some random gladiators. I think like just having the money, just hiring a bunch of gladiators.
Like
they don't
Wookiees, like Chrysanthemum just knows other Wookiees.
It could just be other Wookiees. It could just be other random gladiators with no name, no real history in the sorry, I was gonna say Marvel universe, in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And then maybe they can make a name for themselves. So just like, cannon fodder essentially, because if he needs a big army, he's gonna need a lot of people aside from these star players that we're trying to mention.
Now, I don't think we need this next situation, and obviously this is a stretch, but do you think it's possible that we see, any type of lightsaberist Jedi, which would be Ahsoka-ish only?
I don't think so. I think the farthest we would get would be Mando, and Mando coming in with or without Bo-Katan, with or without the Darksaber. And the reason for that, obviously to help Boba Fett, but because he's going to need help on this big war in Mandalore down the line, he's going to want to recruit Boba Fett and Boba Fett's essentially bounty hunter army if they're doing like a split mission. Boba Fett and his army, maybe in their show, is going to attack a different portion of it, while him and the main people are going to do something else. I think we'll see like Ahsoka in that fight, in that second one, that big one. I don't think we're going to see Ahsoka in Boba Fett. I agree. It'd be too much Jedi, too much non-craziness.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this is going to be a fight with like guns and blasters, kind of like OK Corral style. And I also think an interesting situation might happen with the families, because Boba obviously had this agreement where he's like, all right, I'm going to take care of the Pikes. You just stay neutral and out of the way. Mm-hmm. I think at least one of these families is going to like renege on that and just be like completely betray Boba.
Of course.
Which will they have their own bounty hunter that kind of holds them up and kind of fights on their side? I think there's a possibility he's fighting a three-sided war at least the beginning of this situation.
I could see it being maybe not a bounty hunter on their side. I think it could just be like a family warrior, if that makes sense. Like, oh, this crime family, their best warrior is Three-Toed Jim, and Three-Toed Jim is going to come over there and slap you around a little bit, and then when you beat
Three-Toed Jim, I'm leaning over here. What do you want?
I don't know. When you think crime bosses families, you think of some weird name like that. Like Three-Toed Jim comes in, and you beat Three-Toed Jim, and then the crime family's like, all right, we're done. We're joking. Sorry. We're going to come back into the fold. I think we'll see something like that.
And then I think the very last plausible person is this Tusken warrior who trained Boba in the flashbacks. I think we're eventually going to see her come back again. We didn't see her body during the massacre scene. I think there's a possibility she's either hiding out and maybe figures out that Boba is running Mos Espa and comes to him for help, and of course he's going to help her. Or she has another tribe that she got accepted to with the Tuskens over in the Dune Sea, but I think she's going to make an appearance by maybe like episode 6, 7-ish at the very end.
I see the Tusken, them coming in when he's like almost beat, right? Like he's losing the battle. They come in, and his other family, the Tusken Raiders, come in.
Yeah.
And like kind of help Boba Fett get back on his feet and win the war and stuff kind of like that. I think that'd be really fun. But guys, we want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you think is going to join the Boba Fett family in this upcoming war against the Pikes on Tatooine? Let us know.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like it really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss any more of our Boba Fett talk. Of course, we're hitting every episode as it comes out. And if you missed anything, make sure you check it out right on the channel here. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That's Rob Marin. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we'll see you.